Broadcasting live from the Business RadioX studios in Atlanta, Georgia, it's time for Atlanta Business Radio. Brought to you by OnPay. Built in Atlanta, OnPay is the top-rated payroll and HR software anywhere. Get 1 month free at onpay.com. Now, here's your host.
Lee Cantor here. A special edition of Atlanta Business Radio is GSU ENI Radio, where we spotlight the best and the brightest that are coming out of that program. And today is no different. Today we have Elissa Russell with READI Consulting. Welcome, Elissa.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
Well, I'm excited to learn what you're up to. I know you've been featured on the show before, but please update us. What's going on at READI Consulting?
Well, let's see. When I first came on the show, that's probably been a year ago now, we were just kind of getting our feet wet and identifying our target market. We are a tech-enabled workforce readiness platform. And actually, COVID was a good thing for us because it really highlighted the need to upskill and reskill people, which is the core business of READI. So, yeah, we're doing some good things and made a bit of progress during the last year.
So now talk about your background and what makes you kind of the right person for this job.
Well, last year I completed my master's in education with a focus on families, communities, and cultures at Georgia State in the College of Education and Human Development. And I also was working with the Department of ENI as a GRA. So I've actually spent the last 10 years working in adult education, mostly in the nonprofit sector, which is kind of where my idea for READI grew. And what I identified is that we needed a more effective solution to get people ready for the workforce. With my degree, as well as about 15 years of experience working in adult ed, along with my team, some comprised of members of the ENI at GSU, I feel like I'm on the right path to providing a workable solution to help fill all these open jobs we have right now.
So now let's talk about the challenge of workforce training. There's a lot, it seems like there's jobs available and it seems like there's people that want to work, but I guess the challenge is matching the right folks with the right opportunities. And sometimes the right folks might already be working there, but they just need to be kind of upskilled into this new opportunity, right? Like there's a lot of challenges to do that matching correctly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What we are finding in this post-COVID world is that there's tons of open positions and all these companies are struggling to actually find employees. But part of that struggle is not necessarily that people don't want to work, but they don't actually have the skill sets to qualify for the jobs. So that's kind of where READI fills that gap. READI aims to help companies fill open positions by upskilling and reskilling people who are already working for them. Basically helping the guy who's, let's say, doing janitorial work, move into a higher paid position, let's say perhaps at a front desk if they happen to be working in hospitality. Just here in Georgia, over 88% of our jobs require a high school diploma or GED. And we know entry-level jobs tend to not have this requirement. So we have a lot of folks, like 800,000 people who don't qualify for some great jobs. And there's just the challenge is how do we get these people skilled up? Is it sending them to 10 to 12 weeks at a nonprofit in order to take a GED class or a digital literacy class? But at READI, we say no. We actually have working on a VR solution that kind of cuts the training and development time in half so that people can be working within 3 to 4 weeks instead of 3 to 4 months.
So then walk me through how that works. Like say I have a company that I have folks that I would like to upskill. I don't know what I'm doing, so I call you guys. Walk me through what that what's going to look like. How much do you do? How much do I have to do? How do we work together to make this thing work?
So let's say if it happens to be hospitality and you have a lot of, let's say, non-native English speakers who do cleaning, and you want to get them all to a level of English proficiency so that, one, they could qualify for other jobs, but also they could do their role better. READI would come in and do an assessment of your needs and then also do an evaluation with those team members. Obviously, not everyone is looking to move up. So people who are interested in actually getting the training and with our developing VR solution, they would just use VR headsets. So on their break time, on lunchtime, they could actually put the headset on and do the training and development. So it doesn't require time for them to do it at home. They don't have to think about going to a school or something after work, but this all would happen right there at the job. And of course, the company would sponsor this. And what they would be doing is paying for not only the programming, but also leasing the headsets from READI so that their staffers could use it during any breaks or time off they have while they're at work.
Now, are you creating custom training for them that works within these virtual reality headsets, or are these kind of off-the-shelf trainings that play nicely already with VR?
So there will be some custom training depending on the industry, but to start, we'll start with basic workforce training. So that ranges from literacy skills such as reading, math, and digital tools, up through technical training where you get a certificate, including things like Safe Serve or early childhood development or even CDL licensing training. Those types of trainings typically cost people a couple $1,000s, and it's usually 8 to 10 months that they may be in those classes to get those types of certifications. So we're going to start with some very basic generic trainings and then move into things more tailored depending on who the client is.
Now, you mentioned this is a relatively new venture for you. Do you have folks out there in the wild using your headsets and training right now?
So there are people in general that are using VR technology for training and development. A lot of the hospitality industry uses it at the executive level for such as empathy training, but it's not being used in the world of workforce development. So one of the big aims of READI is to kind of spread the word and say, we're already using VR a lot for gaming, but there's a space where it's being used in K through 12 education. But I'm saying, hey, how about we start using it for adults in workforce readiness? And let's cut the time that we have to train folks and get them to work immediately so that we can affect, first of all, everyone's bottom line. We spend a lot of money on social services because people don't have the right skill set to earn a living themselves. But with this type of training, that'll allow people to get into the workforce much faster.
So that's one of the things you're looking for. You're looking for companies to beta test this and try it out in their firm?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And since we're in the development stage right now, we are offering traditional training, both face-to-face as well as online using Zoom or other online platforms. But the next stage towards the year end is to beta our first completely VR-enabled training.
And then what would be the perfect enterprise to try that? Is it like hospitality? Is it a hotel or a restaurant?
Hotel would be great. Hotels and restaurants and a lot of anything in hospitality would be ideal for us to start, as well as one of our focal users would be government agencies. We actually completed a contract with the Department of Labor last year using traditional training, but ideally individuals receiving unemployment benefits, we would love to go in and train groups of those individuals so that they could more quickly access jobs.
Now, has this been self-funded or do you have investors right now?
So we're actually seeking investors. So far, it's been self-funded. As I said, we have earned a little bit of revenue from a government contract last year, as well as we've had some investment funding from some grants. But we are looking for investors at this point.
And then, so you're looking for investors, you're looking for maybe some enterprise level beta tests so that you can kind of have proof of concept in a kind of a real world environment. Is there anything else we could be doing for you to help you get the word out?
Yeah, we're totally looking for partners who are in the business of virtual reality headsets. There's a lot of competition out there when it comes to VR, and one of the things we're looking for is to work with one of those companies so that we can use their actual headset to pilot our content on.
So now, I know you don't have any beta clients right now, but you have a story you can share with your training that you did that you've helped an individual kind of get trained and kind of get their career to a new level?
Yes. So as I said, last year, we did a contract with the Department of Labor, actually locally in DeKalb County. We trained 20 individuals. They were young adults. And of the 20 individuals, everyone did complete the program. It was 6 weeks. It was online. And 5 of those youth, it was individuals aged 18 to 25. 5 of the youths actually became gainfully employed. One of them actually has moved up in his position. I think he was working for MARTA. So, and I keep in contact with them via LinkedIn, see when they make updates to their profile about their job. So we know that training works, especially for those who are driven to move themselves to the next level. And oftentimes, one of the big challenges for adults is access to the training. They can't go to a space or facility, or they don't have the Wi-Fi, they don't have the internet, but VR helps eliminate many of these barriers, and it really speaks to the unique skills of adult learners. So at READI, we believe we have this right fit solution to move us all forward.
Well, congratulations on all the success. I mean, the momentum you have is real, and we just need some folks out there that can help to contact you and to give this a try. I mean, thank you for doing what you're doing, Elissa. It's such important work, and the impact is real.
Absolutely. It really is.
So now if somebody wants to learn more, have a more substantive conversation with you or somebody on your team, what's the website?
It's consultreadi.com, and it's READI. Consult Ready, and you'll find me right there online at our website. We're also on Instagram as well as LinkedIn. READI Consulting.
All right. Well, Elissa, thank you again for sharing your story today.
Thank you so much, Lee.
All right. This is Lee Cantor. We will see you all next time on GSU E&I Radio.
Today's episode of Atlanta Business Radio is brought to you by OnPay, Atlanta's new standard in payroll. To learn more and get your first month free, go to onpay.com.